Hi students, welcome you for Allied Mathematics 1 class. Here we are going to learn about matrices. This is the first unit in Allied Mathematics. To start with, we are going to learn about the definitions in matrices. What is a matrix? A matrix is an ordered rectangular arrangement of numbers. It can be either real or complex numbers or any functions in this. So it will be represented like this here, where you can see this. A11, A12, etc. up to A1n, A21, A22, etc. up to A2n, and it goes on like this. The ending will be like AM1, AM2, etc. up to AMN. And this matrix is enclosed by a square bracket or an open bracket. It is also represented as A is equal to square bracket of Aij, where I and J are the row and column of the matrix. Always I represents the row of the matrix and J represents the column of the matrix. Remember that a row is always in horizontal way. A column is always in a vertical way representing it. And now, what is the order of a matrix? A matrix having m rows and n columns is called a matrix of order m by n. M into cross n it will be written in. But we have to say it as, read it as m by n matrix. Simply it is m by n matrix. In general, an m by n matrix has the following rectangular array. A row matrix. What is a row matrix? Any matrix which is represented in only one row, that is only one horizontal way it is representing it. But there is no columns. A matrix is said to be a row matrix if it has only one row. For example, A is equal to minus 1 by 2 root 5, 2 and 3. This is a row matrix of order 1 by 4. There is 4 columns, but the columns will not be here in a square matrix like that, but only one row is there and four numbers are there, so we represent it as a 1 by 4. In general, A is equal to Aij, the square matrix of Aij 1 by n. This is a row matrix of order 1 by n. And then next one is going to be column matrix. Similarly, like a row matrix, we represent a column matrix in only one column but any number of rows. A matrix is said to be a column matrix if it has only one column. For example, B is equal to 0, root 3, minus 1, 1 by 2. This is a column matrix of order 4 by 1. In general, B is equal to Bij. M by M1 is a column matrix of order M by 1. Only one column, so the column is always in your next one. First one is your row, second one is your column, so we represent it as M by 1. A square matrix. What is a square matrix? When the number of rows and number of columns are equal, we say it as a square matrix. So square matrix is the number of columns equal to the number of rows. A matrix in which the number of rows is equal to the number of columns is said to be a square matrix. Thus, a m by n matrix is said to be a square matrix only if m is equal to n and is known as a square matrix of order n. So, we can say it as m by m or n by n. So, here A is equal to 3 minus 1 0, 3 by 2, root 3 by 2 1, 4 3 and minus 1. This is of order 3 by 3 matrix. So, it's a square matrix of order 3. In general, A is equal to a square matrix of Aij. So the brackets of Aij of m by m is a square matrix of order m. Rectangular matrix. What is a rectangular matrix? A matrix is said to be a rectangular matrix if the number of rows is not equal to the number of columns. For example, A is equal to 3 minus 1 0, 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 1, 4, 3, minus 1, 7 by 2, 2 and minus 1. This is, see here, how many rows are there? 4 rows. How many columns are there? 3 columns. So this is a matrix of order 4 by 3. In general, whenever there is not a square matrix, it will be a rectangular matrix only. Because the order will be differing. Either 2 by 3 or 4 by 3 or 3 by 4, like that it will be. That's a rectangular matrix. Diagonal matrix, square matrix. Always when you are talking about diagonal matrix, scalar matrix, whatever it will be a square matrix only. A square matrix Bij m by m is said to be a diagonal matrix if all its diagonal elements are 0. That is a matrix B is equal to, capital B is equal to square bracket of Bij m by m is said to be a diagonal matrix If Bij equal to 0, when I not equal to 0, I not equal to j, then we say that it's 0. For example, A is equal to 4. This is of order 1. Minus 1, 0, 0, 2. These are all diagonal matrices of order 1, 2, 3 respectively. 3, 0, 0, 0 minus 5, 0, 0, 0, 2 is of order 3. A diagonal matrix where the diagonal alone is having any element. And other than the non-diagonal elements will be having 0. Now coming to about the scalar matrix, its scalar matrix is represented by a diagonal matrix is said to be a scalar matrix if all its elements in its principal diagonal. The principal diagonal are equal to some non-zero constant. And a diagonal matrix is said to be a scalar matrix if its diagonal elements are equal. That is, a square matrix B is equal to square bracket of Bij n by n is said to be a scalar matrix if Bij equal to 0, where ni is not equal to j. Bij is equal to some constant k when I equal to j. For example, 4 minus 1 0. 4 is the scalar matrix of order 1. Minus 1 0 0 minus 1 it's of order 2, where the scalar is k is equal to minus 1, and the next one is 3 0 0 0 3 0 0 0 3. It's of order 3, where k is equal to 3. 0 or a null matrix. A matrix is said to be a 0 matrix or null matrix if all its elements are 0. For example, when you say a single matrix 0, that is called as a 1 matrix of order 1 0. 0 0 0 0 is of order 2 matrix, and 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. This is of order matrix of 3 matrices. Generally, a square matrix only we are representing as a 0 or a null matrix. Similarly, we go for a unit matrix or identity matrix. Whenever it is also a square matrix where all its elements in the diagonal as having 1 as the element, and all the other elements other than the diagonals will be having a 0, 1. So each equal matrix, a matrix is said to be equal if they are of the same order. If the corresponding elements are equal to the square matrix, then we have already studied this now only. Equal matrices, Aij is equal to 1, I equal to j, and I not equal to j will be 0. So this is how it will be representing the diagonal. Non-diagonal elements will be having 0 and diagonal elements will be having 1. So we denote the identity matrix of order n by in. When the order is clear from the context, we simply write it as I. If we know the order, we don't need to represent I1 or I2 or I3. For example, here A is equal to 1. That is of order 1. And 1001 is an order 2. And 100010001. This is of order 3. These are all the identity matrices of order 1, 2, 3 respectively. A scalar matrix is the identity matrix when k equal to 1. A scalar matrix means we can represent as k 0 0 0 k 0 0 0 k. That is a scalar matrix. When k is equal to 1, we say it as identity matrix. So every identity matrix is clearly a scalar matrix. This is also a scalar matrix only. Triangular matrix. A square matrix in which all the elements above or below the main diagonal are 0 is known as a triangular matrix. See, we saw about the diagonal matrix. A diagonal matrix will be having only in the diagonal. Here, above the diagonal or below the diagonal, there will be 0. That is called as a triangular matrix. So, here we see this here upper triangular matrix. A square matrix in which all the elements below the diagonal are 0. But you will be having elements above the diagonal, you will be having some elements in that. And this is known as upper triangular matrix. Remember that upper triangular matrix, above the diagonal, there will be elements. Numbers will be there. 3, minus 5, 7, 0, 4, 0, 0, 0, 9. This is a diagonal matrix where 3, 4, 9 is the diagonal. And above the diagonal is minus 5, 7, 0. 0 can be there, or any number can be also be there. So this is upper triangular matrix. A lower triangular matrix means a square matrix in which all the elements above the diagonal are 0 is known as upper triangular matrix. Lower triangular matrix. For example, A is equal to 3 0 0 0 4 0 minus 5 7 9. See this, above the diagonal the elements are 0, but below the diagonal we are having some elements. And this one represents a lower triangular matrix, means below the diagonal we will be having all the elements. So it is called as a lower triangular matrix. Addition and subtraction of matrices. So if A is a matrix of order, Aij is m by n and B of Bij of m by n are two matrices of same order, then the sum A plus B is a matrix and each element of the matrix is sum of the corresponding elements A plus B is equal to Aij plus Bij of m by n matrix. Consider the two matrices A and B of order 2 by 2. Then the sum is given by C. Listen this, always the matrices can be added only when the order is same. 2 by 2 matrices or 2 by 3 matrices, 2 by 3 should be only A should be of 2 by 3 and B should be of 2 by 3, then we can add. Generally this is an example where I am giving about a square matrix only. So here 3 0 2 1 and 5 2 and 1 3, this is two matrices, we are adding it. So we have to add the first row first column in both the matrices, we have to take it and add it. So we can represent 3 plus 5 is 8 and 0 plus 2 is 2 and 2 plus 1 is 3 and 1 plus 3 is 4. So like this we have to do it. Similarly for A minus B also, the subtraction of matrices only when the order is same we can do it. So A minus B is equal to A plus of minus B. So two matrices here also again taken with the order of 2 by 2 only, 3 0 2 1, the same matrix minus 5 2 1 3, which is equal to 3 minus 5 is minus 2, 0 minus 2 is minus 2 and 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So we can subtract the matrix by subtracting each element of one matrix from the corresponding element of the second matrix. So we are, when even also addition, we are doing the corresponding element of one matrix from the corresponding element of the second matrix. A minus B is equal to Aij minus Bij of m by n matrix. The most important rule to know is that when adding or subtracting two or three matrices, we must make sure the matrices are the same dimensions. That's what I was saying. In order of words, we can add a 2 by 3 with a 2 by 3 or 2 by 2 with a 2 by 2. 3 by 4 with a 3 by 4 only. Like that only the order should be. Then only you can do the addition or subtraction of matrices. That is the operation of matrices. Now we are going for about the multiplication of matrices. Here there is something which rule we have to follow it. With mainly when the rule follows we can do the multiplication, otherwise we cannot do the multiplication. If A and B are any two matrices, their product AB will be defined only when the number of columns in A is equal to the number of rows in B. So if there is, for example, here I am given a matrix A is equal to 1 2 3 3 2 1. This is a matrix of order 2 rows and 3 columns. So 2 by 3 matrix. Next one, B is a matrix of order 4 5 2 3 1 2. So it is of order 3 rows and 2 columns. So 3 by 2. So the number of rows in number of columns in the first matrix A is 3. The number of rows in the second matrix B is 3. So both of them are equal. So remember that the number of rows in the first columns in the first matrix should be equal to the number of rows in B. Then we can do the multiplication. So A is a m by n matrix, B is a n by p matrix. So n and n are common. See that. And n is a column matrix in A and n is a row matrix in B. Then we can do the multiplication and their order will be m by p. So how to do the multiplication? See, the first row elements in A should be multiplied with the first column element. So when you are doing the multiplication, add it 1 into 4 plus 2 into 2 plus 3 into 1. This is the first row first element of AB matrix. And similarly, for the next one, the first row second column element will be 1 into 5, 2 into 3, 3 into 2. The first row elements of A is multiplied with B column 1 elements. That will gives you a AB first row first column. The first row elements of A multiplied with the second column of B will give you first row second element. 1 into 5 plus 2 into 3 plus 3 into 2. Next one, 3 2 1. This is the second row in A. This is multiplied with B. Second row, first column. So in B, that is how we are multiplying. 3 into 2, 3 2 1, 4 2 1 should be multiplied. 3 into 4 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1. The next one will be 3 into 5, 2 into 3 plus 1 into 2. That gives you the second row, second column of AB. So now after multiplying, you have to add it. 1 into 4 is 4, 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 1 is 3 and 1 into 5 is 5, 2 into 3 is 6, 3 into 2 is 6. 3 into 4, 12, 2 2s are 4 and 1 1s are 1, 3 5 is 15, 2 3 6 plus 2 1s are 2. So when you do this, add it all this, 4 plus 4 8, 8 plus 3 11, that is your first row, first column. The next one is 5 plus 6, that is 6 plus 5, 11 plus 6, 17. Then 12 plus 4, 16 plus 1, 17. 15 plus 6, 21, 21 plus 2, 23. This gives you a AB matrix of order 2 by 2. You have got an adder of 2 by 2. Transpose of a matrix. The transpose of a matrix is a new matrix whose rows are the columns of the original. This makes the columns of the new matrix the rows of the original. 5 4 3, 5 0 4, 4 0 4, 7 10 3 of transpose. So here what we are going to do is all the rows will be interchanged as column and all the columns will be interchanged as rows. That is what you are meaning by transposing. So 5 4 3 in the row will be given in column 5 4 3. Here the column is 5 4 3. 4 0 4 row is represented in the column in the next matrix 4 0 4. 7 10 3 is your row matrix. Now I am writing it in the column 7 10 3. Vertically I have written. The superscript T means transpose. Determinant. Next we are going about determinant. So determinant of a matrix is very important thing, how to find the determinant of a matrix. Now I have given an example for 2 by 2 matrix here. The determinant of a matrix is a special number that can be calculated from a square matrix. Only for square matrix we can do the determinant. A matrix is an array of numbers. So 3 8 4 6. This is the determinant I am going to find out for this 2 by 2 matrix. So the determinant is, if I say that ABCD is the matrix, then AD minus BC. Diagonally you have to go crosswise. 3 into 6 minus 4 into 8. 3 6 are 18 minus 32 is minus 14. So matrix A is said to be a singular matrix if its determinant is equal to 0. Only if it is a singular matrix means determinant becomes 0, then it is called a singular matrix. Otherwise this matrix is called a non-singular matrix. If determinant of A is equal to 0, it is singular matrix. If determinant of A not equal to 0, it is non-singular matrix. This is a very important thing. Why we are finding out the singular matrix? We will be using it later. Only if it is a non-singular matrix, we can find out A inverse. Otherwise, we cannot find out A inverse. That's the main thing. Where you are going to use this rule of singular matrix, we can see it later. So adjoint of a matrix at A is equal to AIG, this be a square matrix of order n. The adjoint of a matrix A is the transpose of the cofactor of the matrix A. See here the transpose of the cofactor of the matrix A. So we have to find out the cofactors, then we have to do it. It is denoted by adjoint of A. An adjoint matrix is also called an adjacent matrix, where we represent it as ADJ of A is equal to A transpose. Here it is C should be represented here. A C of T. Inverse of a matrix. The inverse. If A and B are two square matrices of the same order such that AB is equal to BA is equal to I, a unit matrix, only when you get I, then we can find out the inverse. Then B is called the inverse of A. So one is inverse of A, another one means only when that both of them are equal to identity matrix I. Then only we can say that B is inverse of A. A is the inverse of B. Condition for the square matrix A to possess an inverse is that the matrix is non-singular. That's what I told you before itself. Only when a matrix is non-singular, where the determinant is not equal to 0, then we can find out a inverse matrix for that. If A is only for square matrix also, this condition follows. If A is a square matrix and B is its inverse, when A is a square matrix, B is the inverse of A means then AB should be equal to I, identity matrix. The taking the determinant of both the sides, determinant of AB is equal to determinant of I, or determinant of A into determinant of B is equal to I. From this relation it is clear that determinant of A is not equal to 0, that the matrix A is non-singular. Facts of inverse. Some of the facts which you should know it before doing the problems is the inverse is always unique. Always the inverse of a matrix is unique. It cannot be the same thing for the same matrix. We cannot find out two inverses. The inverse of a matrix exists if and only if A is non-singular. A non-singular matrix only will have an inverse matrix. And if I say that about A and B are two non-singular matrices of same order, then we can say that AB the whole inverse will be equal to B inverse into A inverse. Two non-singular matrices, square matrix of same order, then we can write it as AB whole inverse should be equal to B inverse into A inverse. Then A transpose the inverse will be A inverse the transpose. You can write it anyway. Both will be the same thing only. And A inverse is equal to 1 by A adjoint of A. 1 by determinant of A, that is 1 by determinant of A adjoint of A will be equal to A inverse. Next, about minor. What is a minor? A minor is the determinant of the square matrix formed by deleting one row and one column from some larger square matrix. These minors are labeled according to the row and column you deleted. So to say, therefore A2, 4 entry for some matrix A and cross out the row and the column of that pass through that entry. That is, if you remove the second row and the fourth column of the matrix, the determinant of the new matrix is called the minor. So when you find out some element, for some element you are finding out a determinant, that determinant value will become the minor of that element. See here, the matrix A is given as 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 4, 7, 8, 9, 4. Cross out all the entries sharing a row or column with entry A24. A24 means your second row, fourth element, that is the 4. In the second row, fourth element, I have to cancel it. So the second row element as well as the fourth row column should be deleted. So what the remaining you are getting is determinant of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you find out the determinant for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that is called the minor of the fourth element. That is fourth element of A24. That is a minus. So once you find the minor, you take the subscript on the name. So when you take the minor, what about the when you give the sign for it? You know to give the sign now. For first two element, first row, first element is plus. The second row, second element is minus. Because alternately, you will be giving plus, minus. And similarly, first row, first column is 1. 1 is minus, plus means the second row, first column will be a minus. Similarly, for row wise as column is, you have to interchange and give these signs. So, symbol is minus, plus, minus, plus. So, for this 4, it's a plus symbol only. So, minus 1 to the power of 1 plus I plus y is equal to m of ij is equal to aij. This is your cofactor for this element. Assigned minor will become a cofactor. Remember that assigned minor, when I given the symbol sign for that the determinant value, so it becomes a cofactor for that element. So we have seen all the definitions regarding the matrices which will be useful for doing the problems. So we will do the problems in the next video for part. Thank you, students.